introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the green trunks trimmed with white. He weighed in at 10 stone and 5 pounds and brings a 13-fight record. 7 wins, 5 inside the scheduled distance, 4 defeats and 2 draws. He's from Manchester. Would you please welcome Wahid. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing the gold trunks trimmed with white and red. He weighed in at 10 stone, 7.5 pounds. Comes to the ring undefeated, 2 contests, 2 wins. Both inside the scheduled distance. He's from West Bromwich. Would you please welcome Young Muttley. Time to the bell is Roy Bicknell, and referee in charge of the action is John Coyle. This is 4 3-minute rounds.
Fine. If a call break though, you take a step back before you recommence. Shake hands. Good luck.
So John Coyle gives these two guys their instructions. Both men normally box at light welterweight. It was announced as a welterweight contest. Young Muttley here, unbeaten, looking to move up the ranking with yet another win against a tough customer, Wahid Fat. The first round of 4, and the shorts are as follows. Young Muttley is wearing the white shorts, and Wahid Fats is wearing the green shorts. So what do we know about these two, Gareth?
Well, the fact, of course, is that neither of them are actually called what they're fighting under in the ring. It might be fairly obvious with young Muttley, who's called Young Muttley because his father was called Old Muttley, I suppose. Some presumed resemblance to the dog from Wacky Races. He went round going rotten, rastardry. But he's followed his father's name. His name's really Lee Woodley. And Wahid Fat, who's of Pakistani background but born in Manchester, his real name is Noor Alam, and I must admit I have no idea why he decided to change that.
Muttley, 2 fights so far in the last few months. When he turned pro late last year, September 99, his debut. Both stoppages. Wahid fights Pat's 13 fights, won 7, lost 4, drawn 2. 5 by KO, so both of these men are both quite heavy-handed.
Right, step back both.
Fats' fights have been almost entirely against journeyman fighters. A couple of names that stand out tend to be the ones that have beaten him, people like Paul Dyer, who was a former England schoolboy international, and Steve McLevy, who stopped him, was a youthful amateur in Scotland. But by and large, the people he's beaten have been the people who lose to most of their opponents. And young Muttley's 2 victims to date, Dave Hines, one of the famous Nobby Nob stable from Birmingham, and David Keogh, who was beaten on a first-round cut in Muttley's second fight. They're also rather more experienced at losing than winning. So at the moment, we don't know too much about Muttley.
That's well out of range at the moment. Have we had a punch landed yet, Gareth, during this round?
I think there was one on the gloves, but certainly nothing clean. Fats, as you say, is staying well out of range. Muttley got home with a couple there, but Fats seems to be a little wary about his opponent's punching power. And he looks a bit awkward, as do a lot of these former kickboxers, the orthodox. They tend to sway back and avoid, rather than actually defending with their gloves, they try and sway out of range. It doesn't always work.
The last burst from Muttley gave him the round as Wahid Fat. Gasoline applied face of Wahid Fat. Turned pro with Nat Basso back in 1994. That was a good right hand. The head caught Fat there too.
And the swaying from the waist there is very much a sign of an ex-kickboxer trying to lean back, lean out of it. They're usually fairly subtle in the waist because obviously they're kicking as part of their attack.
Second up, round 2.
Well, for two men with good punching records, they're keeping this pretty long range so far. Oh! Howls of laughter from the crowd. That must have caused us to giggle a bit.
Yes, it's a Fat's speciality. I do remember from the last time I saw him, he has this tendency to leap in and kick his back leg in the air as though he's a horse going over a jump. Whether it enhances or detracts the value of the punch is another question, but it's different.
It certainly is. I'd say it takes away from the force of the punch, but still. It's a good punch, it did land. Again.
There it goes again.
Well, it is better action in the second round, both men landing. Rather sportingly pulls away this Fat. The referee John Coyle seems to be enjoying this one. Permanent smile on his face.
Solid punches landing this round. Yes. Might have seen too much landing in the first round, but they're making up for it.
Good action, the crowd enjoying this, in fairness. Good work from Patsy. I'd even say he's edging this one. Good round. For the whole, yet to fill up for the main event, which is coming up, the Commonwealth Flyweight title. But who are here are enjoying this one. The unusual stance and throwing of Wahid Fat.
It's a bit like Steve Buckley throwing the javelin there, the way he lurches it.
Oh, almost got through though. It's a good punch, in fairness.
Yes.
And John Coyne, you know, he knows it's not illegal. Some referees would, for some reason, have a word after that.
It's funny to ask, how do you do it?
Yes.
There's some trainers will tell boxers to watch the opponent's feet to see what's coming next. If you're watching Wahid Fat's feet, it can be very confusing.
2 rounds to go. So these guys both look fit. They'll put some effort into these two. Oh, good shot from Wahid Fats. Well, the corner of Wahid Fats, clearly you can hear them talking. I'm surprised the ref hasn't said something here. For some reason the crowd are very quiet because this is a good fight. And Muttley showing the signs of the punches which Fats has landed, including that right. Oh, there's a good shot again.
Muttley's hands are much lower than they were in the first round as well. He seems to be feeling the effects of this. For a comparative novice like Muttley, it must be very awkward, disconcerting to deal with a man who's coming at you from so many strange angles.
He's getting ready to load up with the punches there. Fats. He's lost the concentration a little here in the last 30, 40 seconds. Muttley getting through some good punches. Very close this round. So, 20 seconds left of the third round. What happened there? Seems to be a shot hurt Wahid Fats.
The way he sways and falls away, it's very difficult to tell whether he's doing it deliberately or as the effect of a punch, but Muttley certainly finished the round the stronger there, and I would imagine took that round despite the marks that you can see clearly on his right cheek.
He started that round much better. Wahid Fats looked to be the fitter of the two, and then Muttley came back in fairness to him, give him credit. After 3 rounds though, these two fit men are blowing very hard. Relatively inexperienced, of course. Take time to get used to these longer than 3 threes or 5 2-minute rounds as the amateurs box these days. Good action though, both mixing up the hooks well. So coming back now. In fact, good shot.
Fourth and final round.
Should be good action. We've got young Muttley probably just edging a lead. Young Muttley in the white shorts, Wahid Fats in the green and white.
Green and white colours of Pakistan, of course. Wahid Fats, one of a growing number of Asian fighters fighting as pros in Britain these days.
Oh, good shots. Both heavy hitters here. Well, it's a knockdown, certainly a knockdown. Right hand to the side of the head.
The right hand Eros punch with the back leg sticking out again.
Well, that'll affect the scorecard, certainly. Are we in for a minor shock here? Young Mutley surely the favourite going into this contest.
Well, certainly the unbeaten fighter going in, but of course he had only had 5 rounds of pro boxing behind him, whereas Wahid Fats has been a pro for nearly 6 years and had a kickboxing career before that. Never actually boxed as an amateur in the orthodox code.
Doesn't box in the professional ranks in the orthodox code, does
This
he?
is very true.
Good comeback on that list.
Very slippery character. He's not actually landing too much, Mutley. All credit to him. He's throwing lots of leather, but not too many of them are getting through cleanly. Even without the knockdown, I think Fats is taking this round, and with the knockdown, that may well be enough to give him the decision. When you're only fighting for 4 rounds, a knockdown in one of them is a lot to come back from.
I had Buckley a point in front going into this round, but probably that puts him a point behind. Possibly a 38-37 verdict here for Wahid Fats. We'll see. Well, he's got it. We'll see the score in a moment.
And Wahid Fats' victory greeted by his own personal band, drummers called Sam Bangra, who follow him down from Manchester.
Well, that's it. And it was the right hand, whatever you call it, that caused the knockdown. Certainly caught young Mutley off balance. And if he wasn't badly hurt, he was certainly shocked. So there is some merit in that punch.
How can you do that, says Mutley. But he did it, it worked, and it probably clinched the decision.
Well, let's hear the score now from the John McDonald, the MC.
Sam Bangra in full flow. I don't know which one's Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, John Coyle has scored the contest. For Mutley, 36 points. For Fats, 39 points. Your winner from Manchester, Wahid Fats.
Well, after the break, we've got Jason Booth defending his Commonwealth flyweight title against Abi Malisi. Don't go away.